Imagine a life where fear no longer controls you, one where you face every challenge with steady peace, clear vision, and bold trust. What if I told you that the timeless wisdom of the Bible, which has guided countless people toward hope and strength for thousands of years, holds powerful truths to conquer fear and reshape your heart? In this video, we'll uncover 6 profound lessons straight from Scripture on how to break free from fear, live with courage, and step into the abundant life God promises. These truths will help you see fear for what it is, shift your focus to God's unchanging nature, and discover true freedom from the anxiety that tries to hold you captive. If you're ready to release fear's grip and walk in faith, let's dive into these life-changing biblical lessons. 1. Trust in God's unchanging presence, embracing the temporary nature of trials. The Bible reminds us that life on earth is fleeting. Our days pass like grass. Our troubles are momentary compared to eternity. Fear often grips us when we cling to the idea that painful seasons or losses will last forever, or when we resist the changes God allows. We worry about losing health, relationships, security, or control, and that resistance breeds deep anxiety. Yet Scripture teaches that everything in this world is temporary. The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God stands forever. Isaiah 48. Your current hardship, your deepest worry, your greatest fear, they will not endure. God uses even trials to refine us, and He promises they are light and momentary compared to the eternal glory ahead. 2 Corinthians 4:17-18. When you grasp that difficulties pass and God's faithfulness never does, you stop desperately clutching outcomes. You learn to release the illusion of permanent control. This truth brings freedom. This too shall pass. The pain you feel now isn't forever. Fear of endless failure or suffering fades when you trust that God is working all things for good. Romans 8-28. Practice this by reflecting on how past storms eventually cleared. Seasons change, but God remains constant. Focus on the present moment, not tomorrow's unknowns. As Jesus said, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." Matthew 6:34. Live today with peace, knowing God holds every change in His hands. 2. See fear as a lie, replace it with truth. Much of our fear is built on imagination. What if this happens? What if I fail? The Bible calls us to recognize that fear often stems from distorted thoughts, not present reality. Satan is the father of lies. John 8:44. And fear is one of his favorite weapons, magnifying shadows into threats, as Scripture exposes this illusion. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. Psalm 56:3. Fear whispers disasters that haven't occurred, but God says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." Isaiah 41:10. Fear is not truth. It's a signal you're stepping into unknown territory, often where growth awaits. It's not evidence of danger. It's an invitation to trust deeper. You are not your fear. You are a child of God, and God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love, and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. Face fear with awareness. Name it as a thought. Shine Scripture's light on it, and watch it shrink. The next time fear rises, declare, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Psalm 27:1. Fear loses power when you see it as fleeting and choose faith instead. 3. Practice present moment awareness with prayer, biblical mindfulness. Fear thrives in regrets about yesterday or dread of tomorrow. The Bible urges us to anchor in the now through prayer and trust. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10 invites quiet presence with Him, creating space between you and anxious thoughts. When fearful ideas surge, "What if I fail?" or What if disaster strikes? Pause and observe them without immediate reaction. Bring them to God. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God will guard your hearts and minds. Philippians 4:6-7. Notice physical signs of fear, racing heart, tight chest, and breathe that turning attention to God's nearness. This awareness builds calm stability. You're not swept away. You choose response. Fear manifests in body and mind, but focusing on God's presence desensitizes you to it. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. Practice daily. Sit quietly. Notice thoughts. Label them gently. Here comes worry again. And redirect to scripture or prayer. Over time, fear's intensity fades as you rest in the present with the one who holds tomorrow. 4. Understand suffering as part of a fallen world, yet redeemed by God. The Bible openly acknowledges suffering, often called tribulation or trials, as universal in this broken world. Fear is one form of it, arising from uncertainty, loss, or pain. In this world you will have trouble, Jesus warned, John 16:33. No one escapes hardship. It's the human condition since the fall. Recognizing suffering's universality reduces isolation. You're not uniquely cursed. Everyone faces fear of failure, rejection, death. But God enters our pain. The Lord is near to the broken-hearted. Psalm 34:18. Trials aren't meaningless. God uses them to build character, hope, and dependence on Him. Romans 5:3-5. Fear diminishes when you see it as shared human experience, not personal defeat, and when you trust God's redemptive purpose. 5. Release clinging. Trust God with outcomes. Fear often stems from attachment, clinging to health, success, relationships, or control as if they define our security. The Bible warns against this. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, but store up treasures in heaven. Matthew 6:19-20. We crave certainty, but life is unpredictable. True freedom comes from surrender. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Non-attachment isn't apathy. It's enjoying gifts without demanding they last or fulfill us ultimately. God alone is eternal security. Practice by doing your best, then releasing results. Act faithfully, but trust God's plan. Let go of micromanaging the unknown. Uncertainty is normal, and God is sovereign. This releases fear's chokehold, freeing you to live open-handed. 6. Cultivate patient endurance. Wait on the Lord. Fear frequently springs from impatience, craving instant resolution, certainty, or escape from discomfort. The Bible exalts patience as strength. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. Impatience fuels anxiety. Patience builds trust. Fear of uncertainty? Patience accepts God's timing. Fear of delay? Trust He works in waiting. Fear of discomfort? Endure it knowing this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory. 2 Corinthians 4:17. Be patient with yourself. Growth takes time. Setbacks are part of the journey. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete. James 1:4. By embracing these 6 biblical truths, fear transforms from a tyrant into a teacher, pointing you to deeper dependence on God. Fear isn't to be battled alone or suppressed. It's an invitation to trust, pray, and rest in His perfect love, which casts out fear. 1 John 4:18.